These are 10 stories of people with intellectual disabilities moving into community living in Ireland. Some lived in institutions, some lived with family. For some, the move happened quickly, but for others it took a long time.
My name is Danny. I was born in 1950. I live with my family in a village in Ireland.
My name is Penelope. I was born in 1960. I lived with my family in a country town. I had lots of brothers and sisters.
My name is Mike. I was born in 1964. I lived with my family in a country town.
This is Penelope again. When I was 4, I left home to live in an institution. There were no schools for people like me where I lived.
My name is George. I was born in 1965. When I was a newborn baby, I went to live in a convent.
My name is Connor. I was born in 65. I was living with my family in my own town.
Penelope again. When I was 5, I left the institution to go and live in a residential school. It was very far away from my family.
My name is Monica. I was born in 1966. I lived with my family in a town near the city. I went to law school until I was 7.
This is Danny again. When I was 19, I left the residential school to go and live in a group home in the city.
This is Connor. I left my family home to go to school in the city.
This is Mike. When I was 6, I went to live in a school. I saw my family at the weekends.
My name is Julia. I was born in 1971. I lived with my family in the countryside. I went to local schools.
This is George. When I was 8, I left the convent to go to a residential school with the brothers.
This is Monica again. When I was 7, I went to live in a school for people with disabilities. I miss my family lots.
My name is Anna. I was born in 1975. I live with my family. We moved to Ireland when I was 17.
Hi, my name is Larry. I was born in 1976. I travelled about with my family a lot. We had good fun.
This is Mary, whose family passed away, lived, family home, lived, prison, region, family with, or wife.
Mike again. When I was 16, I went to live in an institution with lots of other people. I was there for 24 years.
This is George again. I left the residential school to go to live in a nursing home.
This is Penelope. When I was 20, I went to live in an institution. I didn't like it there, and I moved to a group home.
This is Mary. When was 21, she left the institute to live in institution house with lots of people.
Monica again. When I was 17, I left school. I moved into a group home with lots of other people.
This is Larry again. When I was 8, I left my family home to go live in an institution. It was for the best.
This is George again. In 1984, I left the nursing home to go to stay in a hospital. I wasn't sick.
This is Carla. I left school 84. I was living BB 10 years.
My name is Julia. I lived with my family in the countryside. I went to local schools. When I was 14, I had to move to an institution. I hated it there. I ran away lots of times.
This is Monica again. In 1986, I left the group home to go to live in a shared house in a village.
This is Julie again. When I was 24, I had to move into a hospital. It was an awful place. I went back to the institution when I got better.
Larry again. When I was 14, I had to go into a hospital. I was there for 2 years. When I got out of the hospital, I went back to the institution. I'll be there for the next 10 years.
This is George again. In 1993, I left the residential school to go to live in a nursing home.
This is Anna again. When I was 21, I left my family home to go live in a group home.
This is Julie again. When I was 24, I had to move into a hospital. It was an awful place.
Anna again. In 2001, I left my group home and moved in with Penelope.
This is Larry. When I was 26, I had the chance to move into a community house with some lads I knew. I loved it there.
This is Penelope again. In 2004, my friend and I left our house to go live in an apartment.
Larry again. When I was 28, I got sick and had to move back into hospital. I didn't like leaving my house.
This is Mike. When I was 40, I left the institution. I live in a house in the community. I like my housemates. I like it here.
This is Julia. I didn't like my housemates. I got sick again and had to go back to hospital. After a while, I left the hospital and went back to the house, but the people there were making me sick.
This is Larry. When I got out of hospital, I moved back to my old house with my friends. I've been there since. I love that house.
This is Danny again. In 2007, I left the group home to go live in my own house. This is Danny again. In 2008, I had to leave my own house to go live in a nursing home. This is Danny again. In 2009, I left the nursing home and went back to my own house.
This is George again. In 2010, I left and went to live in a shared housing.
This is Monica again. A year ago, my friend and I moved into an apartment in the city. We had lots of friends here now. I don't want to move again.